Hi everyone, my name's Alex, I'm the owner of Compact Car Centre, and today we're going to be answering some questions which are put forward by some of our staff members and are often asked by quite a few of our customers. If you do have any questions that you do want us to answer, please again just put them in the comments below and we'll answer them in a future video. So I started Compact Car Centre because before I did this I was in a large main dealer group and I just wanted to start something new. Mainly because I wanted my own autonomy and I wanted to just be more free to do my own thing and just be my own boss effectively. And there was also an aspect of it that I wanted to have better mental health and I just wanted to be happier as such, because I do think that that's a very important life balance in this kind of job. I left at the start of 2020, started the business, I think it was the 30th of March 2020, which was days before COVID-19 hit the UK and lockdown everywhere, which was a bit of a whirlwind. Buyer trends changed a lot, car prices skyrocketed, new cars weren't being built, which then in turn started a massive demand in used cars. So the prices were all over the place. It was quite hard to manage, and we were only allowed to do distance sales where people weren't allowed to see the car. So you had to have the car delivered, you had to pay for it up front, this, that and the other. And then you had 14 days to return it, all that kind of stuff. That has all stopped now, and now we are obviously back to more normality. But yeah, that's how we started. Would I say that you could start selling cars with no experience? Yes, you could. Anyone can sell a car. I mean, it's down to, I think anybody can sell a car, but it is down to experience as to how well you can do it. There are various things which a lot of people don't realise in terms of cash flow, advertising, buyer trends, and popularity of certain vehicles that do actually matter quite a lot. I don't think that it's easy for anybody to just think, oh, I'm going to start selling cars today, go to an auction or start buying privately and then just start selling cars. I think there is a lot more into it than that. But yeah, you could do it. I just think that it's a lot easier if you come from an experience from main dealers or from family business and doing it yourself, just for obvious reasons. So the first car that I ever sold was I think it was a 1997 Citroen Saxo, and it was in bright yellow. I was going to Arrow Auctions in Redditch, and I was about 13, and I went there with my dad, bought the car, ended up making him do it up, clean it and everything, and then we repaired or replaced an airbag on it, and then I sold it for a £200 profit. Did I always plan on going into the motor trade? No. I actually got into the motor trade quite oddly. I applied for various jobs in the motor trade, but I had no experience. I had not much education, and nobody really wanted me. And in the motor trade, if you are working into a main dealer, they do normally want a lot of experience. Normally people are a little bit older and actually have that kind of established footfall and hold on the business, so they know what they're doing. So I ended up going, ironically, to a funeral for my late uncle, and there was a guy there who he hired 30 years before at Bristol Street Motors in Birmingham, and he ended up giving me an opportunity to have my first job in the motor trade, which is at Bristol Street Motors Ford in Worcester, selling new cars. Did very well there actually, but I lasted a grand total of about, I think it was 9 months, and then I jumped ship, ended up going to Volkswagen, Johnson's Volkswagen in Solihull, and then to Johnson's Volkswagen in Sutton Coldfield. And yeah, it wasn't what I'd planned originally for my life, but it's kind of something that you just fall into and then you don't ever really end up getting out of it. It's a bit of a vortex. What has been my biggest challenge running the business? I would probably say managing stock turn and managing cash flow. Stock turn is quite an odd one. So you don't want a car sitting around too long, because for various reasons they do devalue. For obvious reasons, you could price one up and it could be worth 12 grand, then in 2 months time it could be worth 11, and then you've lost £1,000. And realistically you want a car to be gone in less than 45 to 60 days. If it starts getting over that, it's what we in the trade call overage, and that's when you start to want to try and get them shifted as such. It's not all the time. Sometimes there are some cars which do stay longer in stock than others. You do get that sometimes with odd cars, prestige cars, but you can also get it with more common cars, because a lot of the time common cars, they've not only got one to choose from, they've got 70 or 80 across the country that they can choose from. So they tend to only buy ones that are local to them and different stuff like that. Managing cash flow is quite difficult. Overheads, what's coming in, what's going out, and it's something that you need to monitor on a daily basis really to keep a hold of it. It can be difficult, but it's something which we manage with various things such as stock funding and just generally just getting cars gone and keeping an eye on prices, which is part of the reason why we do daily price changes and updates. That's it for the questions today. If you did like the video, I'd love if you could like, comment or subscribe, and if you do have any questions for the next video, please just drop them down in the comments below and we'll make sure we can answer them.